The Missing Manuscript. His life's work, a manuscript meticulously detailing the decipherment of a lost ancient language, was gone. Vanished. As if swallowed whole by the shadows that danced around him. His search led him to a name, Alistair Thorne, a man shrouded in whispers, a collector of rare antiquities. His reputation a tapestry woven from equal parts admiration and fear. Thorne was known to operate on the fringes of legality, his methods as ruthless as they were effective. Eldridge knew he had found his adversary. He traced Thorne to a dilapidated warehouse in the city's industrial underbelly, a place where secrets whispered from the shadows. The air hung heavy with the stench of decay and the promise of danger. Eldridge entered cautiously, his old bones protesting with every step. The warehouse was a labyrinth of towering shelves laden with ancient artifacts, their surfaces gleaming faintly in the dim light. Suddenly, a voice sliced through the silence, sharp and cold as a winter wind. "Professor Eldridge, I presume?" Thorne emerged from the shadows, his face etched with hard lines, his eyes holding a glint of something predatory. In his hand, he held a leather-bound folder. A fascinating piece of work, wouldn't you say? Thorne ran a finger across the folder's surface. Its potential applications are intriguing. Eldridge knew then that Thorne's interest wasn't purely academic. He saw the manuscript as a tool, a weapon, a means to unlock something dangerous, something that could disrupt the very fabric of history. A tense silence hung between them, punctuated by the drip-drip of water from a leaky pipe. Eldridge knew he couldn't overpower Thorne, but his mind, honed by decades of scholarly discipline, remained his most potent weapon. He had last seen it yesterday afternoon, nestled securely in its leather-bound folder, a triumphant culmination of decades of research. But now the folder lay empty, its emptiness a gaping wound in the fabric of his reality. He engaged Thorne in a battle of wits, a verbal duel that danced around the truth, each man probing, testing, searching for an advantage. He spoke of the manuscript's historical significance, its delicate nature, its potential to crumble under the weight of greed. Slowly, meticulously, he chipped away at Thorne's resolve, planting seeds of doubt, appealing to his intellect, to his sense of historical preservation. Finally, as dawn crept over the horizon, painting the warehouse windows with hues of pale gold, Thorne relented. He handed Eldridge the folder, his face an unreadable mask. "Take it," he said, his voice devoid of emotion. "But know this, the past holds secrets best left undisturbed. You have been warned." Eldridge emerged from the warehouse, the manuscript clutched tightly to his chest. He had won. But the victory felt hollow. He had peered into the abyss, and the abyss had stared back. He knew that the fight wasn't over, not truly. The manuscript was safe, for now, but the secrets it held, the power it possessed, would forever draw the attention of those who sought to exploit the past for their own ends. As Eldridge walked away, the first rays of dawn illuminating the city's awakening, he knew his life's work had taken on a new dimension, a perilous weight he would carry until his final breath. The manuscript was more than just a scholarly achievement. It was a responsibility, a burden, a legacy he was bound to protect, a secret he was condemned to keep. Panic clawed at him. The manuscript wasn't just an academic pursuit. It was the key to unlocking a forgotten civilization, a treasure trove of knowledge waiting to be unearthed. Its disappearance was more than a personal loss. It was a blow to history itself. His gaze fell upon a crumpled note left on the desk, its edges singed black. His heart hammered against his ribs as he unfolded it, the words scrawled in a hurried, almost desperate hand. "The past has a price. Your silence or the manuscript burns." Eldridge's mind raced. Who would do this? And why? His research was hardly mainstream, confined to the dusty halls of academia. Who knew of its significance, of its potential value? His memory flickered back to a recent lecture, to a face half hidden in the shadows, eyes glinting with an unnerving intensity. A face he couldn't quite place, a name he couldn't recall. The clock chimed again, its insistent rhythm a reminder of time slipping away. Eldridge knew he couldn't afford to involve the authorities. The risk to the manuscript was too great. He had to handle this himself, delve into the shadowy corners of the city, into the depths of a mystery that threatened to consume him. His investigation began at the university, a place he knew like the back of his hand. He sifted through attendance records, searching for that face, that glint in the eyes. Days blurred into nights, fueled by bitter coffee and the gnawing ache of urgency. He was a man possessed, his every thought, every action, consumed by the quest to recover his life's work.